And here's a live look at a very low Lake Travis, an obvious sign that the drought is taking a big toll.
And that's why today the LCRA made a tough decision that could impact a lot of farmers downstream.
KXAN's David Scott live along Lake Travis to explain. David?
It's a tough call for them, but they say they had to do it. Just take a look at Lake Travis. It stands now at 630 feet. That is 51 feet below full and the fourth lowest on record. All this is going to have a huge impact on rice farmers in South Texas. Hundreds of farmers who rely on the Colorado River to water their crops.
That having been said, all in favor for this resolution, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
The LCRA voted unanimously to place those water restrictions on rice farmers starting next March 1st. A sliding formula will limit the number of acres to be watered, the number of days you can water, and if levels here get too low, farmers to the south will be cut off entirely.
We're talking about an awful big number of people, not just the few ag producers that you're seeing here. We're talking about a whole economy back in a community with an unemployment rate of 12.6%.
The LCRA will allow no watering of second crops, which is where most farmers reap their profits. Fifth-generation farmer Robbie Cook realizes all this is just life support.
What we were asking is that help us stay in survival mode, help us with a big Band-Aid to survive, hopefully because if we don't get any rain by the next year, then of course everybody's in dire straits.
Restriction details were worked out in a long, intense meeting with all parties. The LCRA says this is about as fair as was possible.
It could have been a very contentious issue, and to the credit of people of good conscience and good hearts, they reached an agreement, and we thought that that was a fair agreement.
Now, 4 states, Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, and California, produce 90% of the rice in this country, but only Texas now becomes the first to impose water restrictions on its farmers. And if Travis and Buchanan don't rise by next spring, the farmers could be cut off entirely. At Emerald Point, David Scott, KXAN.